Hi, welcome to Fusion Beads. Today I'm going to show you how to make a puffy heart using right angle weave. This bead woven technique uses right angle weave to create these adorable puffy hearts that you can use in tons of different jewelry designs. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you this technique in 4mm Swarovski crystal Bicone beads, and this is what it'll look like when you're all finished in the size 4mm with Bicone beads. You can use different sizes and also different beads if you prefer. You can use glass beads, round beads, so you can kind of pick whichever beads you would like to use. I just like how the Bicone beads look here. So I'm going to show you with 72 of the 4mm Bicone beads, and then you're going to need 2 of those 6mm round beads. And those round beads are just going to go on either side here on the inside while you're bead weaving, and that's just going to keep that from collapsing. So it's going to kind of give it that puffy look there. And then you're also going to need fireline braided bead thread, a size 12 beading needle, and Xeron thread and fiber scissors. Okay, you can make these puffy hearts in a lot of different sizes and types of beads. Here I've made one in 6mm bicones, 5mm, and 4mm. So you can really see the size difference here. I made these puffy hearts using Swarovski crystal Bicone beads, but you can use crystal round beads, fire polished round glass beads, pearls. There are tons of different beads you can use for this technique. You can even use seed beads. I would recommend using, obviously, larger seed beads. But you can really play around with it and decide what beads you really prefer or like for this puffy heart technique. So today we're going to use the 4mm Bicone beads because that's what I prefer to use. So to start, we're just going to create a strip, little length of right angle weave. So to do that, pick up 4 Swarovski Bicone beads here. Okay, you're just going to bring that to the end of your thread. When I threaded my needle on about 4 feet of the beading thread. Okay, so you have all those. Leave a little bit of a tail. And then just go back through all 4 beads. Okay, and then you go through that first bead again. Okay, and that's just going to create a little 4 bead unit there, or 4 bead ring. And we're just going to do that 4 more times. But this time, after you have that first one using 4 beads, the second one you just grab 3 beads. Okay, and then you go back through. Pull your thread tight. And that's just going to create your second little bead unit. Okay, so repeat that again. Oops. Before you can repeat, you actually have to always end your thread up here at this top bead. So you just want to go back up. So you're going through the top bead. Okay, so now go in the right direction. Now you can string those 3 beads. And then go back through the bead. Okay, and then we want to end up here on the end. So go up, that bead on the side, and then through that bead on the top there. Okay, so there you have 3. You can count that too by just the beads that are on the edge here. So you have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do 2 more. So string those 3 beads and then go through the top bead. Pull tight. And again, up the side bead. Through that top bead. Okay, so one more time. Pick up 3 beads. And then go back through the top bead. Pull tight. Okay, so there you have a 4 bead unit length here. Oh, sorry, 5. 5 bead unit length is what you need for this side. Okay, so now when you do this last bead unit here, you're just coming out this bead here, and you just want to go up that side bead. And instead of going through that top bead, we're going to create our second row down here. So to do that, again, you add those 3 beads. And then we're going to go through this side bead here again. Pull tight. And we just want to make our way back down so we can create another one right below it. So you just want to kind of follow that last bead unit you made. Follow it back down. Just down the side. Across the bottom. And then we're going to go down this side bead here, because you just want to follow the way that the thread will go. So go through that next bead on the side. Okay, and that's just going to, the thread path, that's just going to have all these beads kind of keep that 4 bead unit shape. So we've made 1 here on this second row, and then we're just going to make another one down here. So we just need to add 2 beads because we already have 2 beads for it right here that's already in this bead woven piece. So add 2 beads. And you're going to go through this bottom bead again. You're working with a longer piece of thread, so just make sure you go slow so you don't tangle it up like I did here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you're going to be, after you string those 2 beads, you're going to be coming out this top bead here. So now you just want to go down the middle bead. That's just going to create that little 4 bead unit. Just right in place. And now we just want to create our next one. But you can see how this thread, if you go down and around this way, you're going to have the thread showing in this direction. So you want to go across here so it can make just a nice, secure, perfect little bead unit. So now with it going this way, the tension will just be right. It'll look a lot better. So again, grab 2 beads, and then we're going to go up, that side bead there in the middle, pull tight. Okay, so you're coming out this bead here, and we're just going to want to work our way back down here. So go through, this bead here. There we go. And then down this side bead here. Oops. Through that bottom bead. Okay, so now then we can put it down that side, that middle bead, or what's going to be the middle bead. Okay, so you have 3 on this side now. We need 1 more, so it's going to be 5. Length of 5, 4 bead unit little ones there, and you can count that obviously on the side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we have 3. We need 1 more here on this side. So again, grab 2 beads. Go through. Bottom one of the last bead unit, and then go down out. Okay, so you're coming out the bottom of that second row right here like this. And now we want to add a bead. Okay, and what we're going to do, because you're coming out, like that, this bead here. So I like to then flip it, but you can keep it down like this. I'm just going to angle it, and then you go through this end of that bottom bead of that first row. Pull tight. Okay, so that right there just cinches that up. And this part is this part right here. So you can see that we've made one side here. And now we have our bottom point. And now we're going to work up on this side. So to do that, we want to end up going through this bead right here. So you just want to follow your thread path. And throughout this whole piece, pretty much just always going to be creating 4 bead rings, or little 4 bead units. So you can see here, when we put this together with this one bead, it just kind of went together to make another bead unit. So we go through, and then we're just going to go through this bead here, and now through this bead. And this is where we're going to start our other side. So it's going to look just like this side when we're done with it. All right, so you're going through this bead now. So we want to add 3 beads to make our next 4 bead unit. Okay, go back through that bead. Okay, there you have bead unit. Then you want to just be coming out this bottom bead here, because then we're just going to keep going in the row. Okay, so now grab another 3. Just want to make sure the tension's pretty tight. If you feel it being feels a little flimsy here, you can go back through that another time. Because at the end of this, you're going to reinforce it quite a bit. So you can kind of follow the thread path just to make it a little more secure as you bead. So now it's like a teeny bit more stiff and manageable. Okay, so now I'm going to add those 3. Go back through. Okay, this is where I'm going to flip. So I've been working like this, but I'm going to go ahead and just hold it up like this, just because I feel like I work better this direction. But we're just creating another length of writing a weave on this side. So come out, last bead. Add 3 beads. Go back through. And through that last bead. Okay, so as you can see, I want it to be the same length as this side. So it needs one more bead unit. Okay, so just come out that end, 3 more beads. Go back through. Okay. So this is the same length as that first length that we made on either side there. So now we're going to go over and make that second length that we created. So to do that, just go up that side bead, through the end bead, and then just down this side bead here. And again, I feel like my thread or this, I just want to be a little more secure. So as you're beading, there's certain spots that you might feel need a little extra or another pass. Okay, so at this end, you just want to be coming down this side bead, and then we're going to add 3 beads. Okay. Add 3 beads. And then you're going to go back through. Okay, so that's going to create the first 4 bead unit for the next row. We're just going to work our way down. But in order to do that, I'm going to flip my beadwork. So I'm just, from this, I'm just going to rotate a little bit to make it easier for me. Okay, so once you're coming out this bead here, you want to go through this end bead. Okay, so now we're just going to start adding 2 beads. So add 2 beads. Go through. That side bead there that ends up being the middle bead. The middle. Okay, that creates another 4 bead unit. So again, just follow thread path. Go back up. Over. And then back up. The middle. Again. Add 2 beads. Go back through last bead there. Up, center bead. Then through that top bead of that last unit that was added. Okay, so we're coming out this bead right here. And now you can see here, just so you can kind of get a visual. This is the direction. So right here, it's that bottom point of the heart, and then these are the sides. And so now we just need to work our way kind of back up this middle section here and to create these guys right here. So to do that, pick up 1 bead, and then this bead, you can see here, it's already in the beadwork, or it's already been woven in previously. So we're going to take our 1 bead and we're going to go through that bead. As you can see, that just holds this whole row together here. And then you just want to go through, because that created, once you added that bead, it created this 4 bead unit right here. So just go through. And go back through. Okay, so now you can see both sides are now the same. And we just want to work our way up here. Okay, so to do that, you're coming out this bead. You want to go down through this bead here. And then we're going to go through the bead that's on the other side. Pull tight. Okay, so now we are going to add 2 beads. And we're going to go through, we're going to come over, just go through that bead on the end again, on that side. Pull tight. You see how it's just continually creating just 4 bead units. Okay, we just want to go through. And then we're going to work over here now. So just follow your thread path. Around the rings, or the units. I'm just going to go around that one more time, just to reinforce it real quick. But that's optional. Makes it a little more stiff, just a little easier to work with, not so flimsy. Okay, so we're going to go through, and now we're going to go down this bead here. As you can see, starting to just build up. Okay, so now we want to add 2 beads. And we're just going to go through this bead here. Go. What we're going to do here, it's a little bit different than what we've been doing. I'm going to go up this bead here, and then we're going to go up these last 2 ones on the side here. Pick up 1 bead, and then we're going to go through this bead here. And that's just going to kind of you can see it just curves the beadwork a little bit. Then you just want to go back up. Just want to go back around to that 4 bead unit you just made. Okay, so you're coming back out the bead you went through before you added your bead here to create this. So as you can see down here, there's a little bit of space. So real quick, I'm just going to reinforce that, and I'll just come back, but I'll be in the same place. So I'm going through that bead there. So you can see that there's no space now. Just because I went real quickly, I went kind of, through the thread path just to reinforce this beadwork a little bit, make it a little stiffer, just so there's more passes of thread through the beads. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of passing through these beads needed to reinforce the whole thing when you're done. So it's okay if you kind of, as you go, you feel like you might need to do that a few times, because there'll be plenty of room inside your bead. Okay, so we're coming out here, and now what we want to do is go through this bead here on the end, on the side. We're going to add 3 beads. Okay, and then we're going to go back through. Okay, so that makes a bead unit there. So we're just going to go back up. Back through that end one. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. 3 beads. Go through. Okay. So here is where we definitely do something a little different than what we've been doing. So first I like to kind of reinforce this. So I'm going to go through this last bead unit one more time. Just to keep tension tight, a little more stiff. All right, so the direction the thread's going is obviously this way here, but we want it to be coming out, the bead coming this way. So the way that I like to do that is I'm just going to do a little half hitch knot here. So go under the thread between 2 beads. Okay, and that's just going to, and then you want to put your needle through that loop that it makes. Okay, and then just, here we go. And then you just want to pull tight. Not too tight. You don't want to break your thread, but you just want to create a little knot there that won't be visible in your beadwork. But that's just going to secure your thread. So now you can go back the other direction, because that's the way we want the thread to go now. Okay, so now go through that last bead. So now we're just coming out this way. All right, so here, so we're coming out that end bead. Okay, so this is what it looks like, side to side. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate, facing down. And you're going to want to count. So on the outside, count these beads. You want to go through 5 and 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you want to go through these 2 beads here. We're just going to skip all these beads, these 4 along the side here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go through 5 and through 6. Okay, and then pull. And as you pull tight, you can see that just creates the curve there for one side of your heart. Okay, so now this is how it looked as you did that. This is going through that 6th bead there. So now I'm just going to rotate again so it's facing up. Okay, you can see my tension here. I'm not really liking how loose it is. So real quick, I'm just going to go through. This is completely optional. I just needed a little more. Just be a little more stiff. Okay, so this is where, this is where the beadwork was just now before I reinforced it. I just wanted to go around this unit here because it was a little bit, the tension just was kind of a little loose for me. Okay, so now we're here where we started, and we want to add 1 bead. And we're going to go through this top bead right here. Just going to pull tight. And you see that that just creates that nice little cup. Just curved to create the heart shape. So there's just a little cup. And that's where we're going to stick our 6mm round bead here in a second. But first, I want to go back through these 4 beads again. So just reinforce back through. Oops. Okay. So now stiffen that up a little bit. So I'm going to go through a bead. Okay, so I'm going through this bead here. And I'm just going to take a 6mm bead, and I'm just going to plop that right inside there. See how it just fits right inside there? Then once I've got that in there, you go down to the next bead. And then we're going to add 2 beads. And go through this guy right here. Okay, so we have our 6mm bead sitting inside there, and you just want to go through this bead. Oops. If he falls out, just put him back in there. Beadwork isn't reinforced a lot, so it's a little loose still. Okay, so now we're right here. What we want to do is end up on the other side here. So I'm just going to follow down one more. Okay, and now we just want to be coming up on this other side here. So go up through there. Okay, so as you can see, this is where we're at in our beadwork. So now we're just going to work on this side. Okay, so to do that, we're going to add 1 bead. And then we're going to go back through this bead on the other side. Pull tight. Okay, and then we're going to come back around. So go through this bead. Back through this bead. And then we're going to go through this bead here. We want to add 2 beads. Then we're going to go down through this here. Creating another unit. So it's the same on both sides. And then we're just going to go back through. Just follow that thread path. Okay, so you're coming out this bead here. And now what we want to do Just go up 2 beads. This is the same thing we did on this side. So go up 2 beads. We're just repeating. Okay, so we're here. Add 1 bead. And then we're going to go through this top one from that last 4 bead unit. Pull tight. See how that just kind of starts to curve in, creating that little cup. Okay, so I'm just going to go back through the beadwork. This is where I like to reinforce, strengthen this point a little bit as I work. So I'm just going to go through this. One more time. It's just going through that 4 bead unit I just made. Make it a little more stiff. Easier to work with. Okay, so we're going to come out this bead here. Okay, so now we're right here, and we're going to add 3 beads. Go back through. Pull tight. Go back up. Through this last bead here. String 3 more beads. Do the same thing, go through that last bead. Okay, then go up. And this is where we do a little differently. So I like to go back through this last 4 bead unit. Oops. Okay, before I do that, this is where I like to make my little knot. So I'm going to go between these 2 beads. Behind that thread there. It's going to create a loop. So you just put your needle through it. And then you just want to pull tight. But again, not too tight. Because you don't want to break thread at this point. Okay. So now we're going to go this direction. Because before we were going the opposite direction, so now we're able to go back the other way here. Okay, so you're coming out here. Just like we did on this side, I'm going to flip the beadwork a teeny bit, and you can see we're just going to count down these little end or side beads here. So we're going to count the 1, 2, 3, 4, and go through 5 and through 6. I'm going to pull circle, and that's just going to form your little cup, your little dome there. Okay, and then again, we're going to grab one bead, and we're going to go through this top bead here. Okay. Go back down. And at this point, this is where I kind of like to also go through that beadwork an extra time. So that 4 bead unit we just made, I'm just going through it again, but you don't have to. Keep your thread where it is. Okay, so now coming out this bead here, I'm going to pop in a bead. Just sits right in there. You go down 1. We already have this half made in the beadwork. So we're going to go through this guy right here. Okay, so you're coming out here. So now we just need to add 1 bead to make this a 4 bead unit. Okay, so we're coming out this bead, go down this one here, pull tight, and that creates your unit there. So that's pretty much your heart. So you can see it's super flimsy here. So you just follow your thread path. Okay. Go back up. Okay, so here you want to close up this 4 bead unit right here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's keeping that open right there. So to do that, go up this bead here, and we're just going to go around. Here. And we just want to we don't want a lot of thread to be showing. So I'm just following the right angles until we get to the other side here. And then you can see that middle bead there. Go down. Side bead. Okay, and then here, is where we want to go through this bead. And then we're going to go back up through bead on the other side here. Pull tight. See how that just creates a way to close that up. Okay, so now pretty much I'm just going through that again just to reinforce it. Okay. So now we just want to go to the other side here. So I'm just going to follow thread path, just kind of follow the right angles. Because at this point, you're just reinforcing. We just want to close up that space in the center there. Okay, so we want to go through this one bead here. And then that's going to go through this bead here on the other side. Pull tight. Okay, we're just going to go around that 4 bead unit another time to reinforce it. Okay, so now you can see that's all closed up. You've made your heart. So it's pretty flimsy still. So what you're going to want to do is just follow each 4 bead unit around your entire bead woven heart and just go through them as many times as you want, or as many times as you think you need, until the heart holds its shape and ends up being pretty stiff. So I'm just going through, making sure, as you can see, this top part is it's not even connected yet. So make sure, go through and just follow each 4 bead unit, follow the thread path to reinforce your beadwork here and make it a lot more stiff. So I'm going to continue to do this until I feel like I'm at a good spot. So you just want to just follow the right angles, thread path, And just reinforce little 4 bead units throughout the whole little bead woven right angle weave heart here. So I'm going to reinforce that. So when I get back, it'll be a lot more stiff. Okay, so I reinforced the heart as much as I thought it needed. So now it's pretty solid. And you just want to take your Xeron thread and fiber scissors. And since, you've been going in and out of these beads a lot, so it's going to be safe to just cut the tails off as close to the beadwork as you can. Okay, and there you have a puffy heart using right angle weave. This technique is so fun to learn, and once you've got the hang of it, you're going to want to make puffy hearts all the time. You can see here you can add bails, you can add jump rings between the beads to attach. You can also continue a bead woven length. There's really tons of different ways you can design with these puffy hearts. You can make necklaces, earrings, bracelets, zipper pulls, and a lot more. Just have fun with it, and we would love to see what you create on social media.